What? What's up, cannonballs? Okay, so today we are going to be talking about times at work where we have had really horrible experiences.
Yeah, hopefully you find these enjoyable and pleasant. We did not at the time, but
Nope.
I think now that we look back, we do, so.
Yeah, we're gonna give you some advice too as to maybe how to counter some of these really terrible experiences. So, let's get into it.
So just a disclosure, we're not gonna say the places that we worked or the actual people's names that we worked with.
Okay, so my first story was when a couple came in. They were probably like 50-ish. So I had just started working. It was like one of my first days off of training. And I made a mistake. My fault. They asked me for garlic bread with cheese. I accidentally brought them out like garlic bread that just had shredded cheese because I didn't know we had like an actual thing called garlic bread with cheese. So I bring it out, I put it in front of them, and the woman just does this little, what is that? And the man's like, yeah, I'm not sure about this. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, what did I do wrong? And they tell me, like, how was the wrong stuff. So I get a new one, whatever, we're all good. Bring out their bread, get their other order. The woman specifically tells me she wants fettuccine alfredo with chicken and broccoli. And she wanted the broccoli really hot. So I was like, okay, I can do that for you. So I do, I bring it out to them. And I come back a couple minutes later because you're supposed to give them like 2 minutes to try their food and then come back and check on it. And I say, hey guys, is everything okay? And the woman again, she takes her fork and like kind of like taps down on her plate and goes, I look down and there's a pile of broccoli just sitting in the corner of her plate. I'm like, I couldn't see anything wrong with it. I was like, is it not hot? Because I had specifically said, like, you know, make sure this woman's stuff is hot. And she's like, oh no, the temperature is fine. But do you see that? And I look at it and it just looks like a freaking pile of broccoli. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't understand. And she goes, there are no florets on my broccoli. And I'm sitting here like, what the hell is a floret? After she tells me that, she goes, so you can take that off my bill? Thank you, bye. And I was just like, oh. I understand being picky, but really?
My story is also from a time with a customer. So I was a host at this restaurant. It's not a high-class restaurant. It's decent, but this guy, he was older, and he was with his son or something, I don't know. So I sat them at a table, and so he said to me, can you please wipe this down? And so I had already wiped it down, but I said, sure, I'll wipe it down again. So I like wiped it down really extra hard that time, and I could not see anything on the table. He didn't want to sit there until I wiped it down. So then I resat them at the same table, and he said, oh my gosh, this is soaking wet. It wasn't even that wet, but okay. I brought him napkins. He takes the napkins, shoves them in my face, and was like, you wiped it, you got it wet, you dry it off.
So this woman, she comes walking into said place that I work. I almost said the name. And there's these two old women. They look real sweet, nice women. They come in, I seat them, they're all sweet. They're just like, oh, we gotta go fast, just letting you know. I'm like, that's fine, it's all good. Granted, okay, I was going on 3 hours of sleep. So I wasn't the best waitress mode, I guess. I was still doing okay though. So this woman asked me for no ice in her drink. I screwed up. I totally take the blame for that. I brought her back a Dr. Pepper with ice. That is my fault. I get it. I am so sorry. I didn't realize what I did. So I set their drinks down and I walk away to go put their order in. And out of the corner of my ear, I hear this woman go, I know that little girl did not put ice in my drink. I just immediately am like, oh no, I gotta fix this. And I go to turn around and this woman takes her drink, takes her hand, puts it in the drink, scoops out all of the ice and pours it on the freaking table in front of her, sets her cup down, and I had just like seen this out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh my god, this lady's insane. And I'm like, what do I do? She sets it down and she looks at her little person who's with her, who's sitting there like, Like, you can't do that. And the lady goes, I hope someone's gonna be by to clean that up. So I run over and I'm like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I screwed up. Like, I meant to give you no ice. And she's like, yeah, you did. So I'm like scooping it up, trying to clean it up. She's not, she is just sitting there like, yeah, clean it up. Go ahead. Like, that you missed the spot. And I'm just like, I'm getting so angry. So I'm scooping all this ice off, like getting it, I get our new drink.
See, I would not
Yeah.
even deal with that.
That's what I was told not to do. Like, you know, if you're a waitress, your tip is your
if she's
income.
that rude, she's not gonna leave you a tip anyway.
No, they did. See, here's the thing. This is where it got weird. Basically, one moment. She asked me to get her a side of a sandwich, right? Because she ordered their food and then they wanted to take a sandwich to go. So I'm like, fine. I go, okay, you can get a combo, but you have to ask for the combo with fries. If not, it's just a sandwich. Just how it goes. So she doesn't ask for a combo, so I give her a sandwich. So I bring it to them, everything's great, and she goes, well, I'm pretty sure I should be having some fries with this. And I was like, ma'am, I don't remember you asking for fries. And she goes, I didn't. I expected you to know. What? She's like, every time I've come here, I got a sandwich and fries. And I'm like, but you didn't ask me for that. And she's like, I know I didn't. I know I didn't, baby. I want some fries. I was like, I come back and like I had a friend go set the fries on their table and I check on them, make sure everything's okay. And she literally goes, yes, baby, everything is okay. It's all good. Here you go. Like, you have a nice day and thank you so much for your service. It was very good. And they leave me like a $6 tip off a $12 meal. I was like,
Alright, so at this restaurant, I started out as a host for many months. I served a couple times, and then I ended up going back to the kitchen and did like drive-through and then ended up learning everything in the kitchen. So I have a lot of experience dealing with customer service and people in general. I just want to say, like, it just completely blows my mind how many people can be rude. When I hosted, it would get to be a really long wait time. And I would have people come up to me and start cussing at me about how long the wait time is. And I would say, I'm sorry, I can't help how long the wait time is. I don't have any influence in that. I am not serving, I am not making the food. I don't have any influence in that. I just seat you. That's my job. I could not believe how many people were rude to me doing that. Now, when I went to drive-through, that was a whole nother thing, because first of all, this restaurant should absolutely not have a drive-through whatsoever, because we cannot, or they, I'm not part of them anymore, they cannot handle the drive-through making the food and drinks and stuff quick enough. I'm not kidding you, it got to be 30, 40, 45 minute wait. I would have people like come up to the drive-thru window and just start, cussing, yelling at me about how long it took, and I'm like apologizing out of my butt, like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Let me just take, an item off of your ticket for you, or here's like a free meal when you come back. I would just try to be so nice, but I honestly, some people made me cry. Like, I would go to the back and cry.
Okay, that's not okay. That's just one thing in general though, like rude people, do you not realize like this is our job, like we are doing our best, and also there are people in command of us. We can only do so much.
Yeah, like you're doing the best you can at your job. And at the job I was at, we were very limited on staff, and we would constantly be having an employee rotation with different people coming in and leaving and not showing up. And it was just a bad environment in general. But I would sometimes be doing like 2 or 3 jobs at one time, like doing drive-through, making the food. People expect you to be able to do all that and get paid like crap for it? No.
If you're a server, you're paid basically on tips.
Yeah, as far as serving, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that servers rely on tips completely, because servers' wages is $2.13 an hour, and that
which totals to 0 on your check.
Yeah, because it all gets taken out in taxes for the government. So servers only get paid what you give them. And I feel like definitely working in the food industry, I realized how hard people work, how servers rely on those tips. And that's how I feel like everyone should have a job in the food industry just for a week in their life.
And you'll understand exactly.
And your eyes will be opened completely to how hard people work.
Yeah.
And how you need to have patience with them. And I totally understand if you have a crappy server, then that is totally their fault and they should not be a server. And there were servers like that at the restaurant that I used to work at, where they just didn't care, they didn't want to be there. And I'm like, why are you here? Because your only money you're getting is from those people that you're being bad person to. I don't want to cuss.
Insert choice word here. Do not get a job if you are not going to work. There is no point. Why? But
Got a little ranty there. I'm sorry.
If anything's ever happened to one of you guys, please leave it down in the comments. Like any job you've had.
Alrighty. I hope you guys have.
I hope you guys have. Shut up.
Stop.
Stop. I don't need any chance. Come on.
You know what?
You know what?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh my god, he's leaving.
Bye.
I want to say joke's on you because I have your phone and keys in my house. Bye.